So good evening, everyone. So today we have a evening session, not a morning session, evening session this time, and we have got a bunch of young, bright speakers in front of us. Would you like to just come on camera, my speakers? And I'm sure like they are going to make a huge impact, right, in the next 4 to 5 years to the industry, right? So today we all know that like we have been conducting these sessions with a lot of industry professionals, experts, etc. But we also should give time to our budding talent, right? Who eventually will become a great speaker moving forward. I would say like they will become much better speaker than what we are today. Right. Already we are seeing a lot of potentials, right? So they have been doing extremely well in whenever they're participating in debates, right? Taking part into any competition or speaking extempore wherever it is possible. So we thought, why not to explore their mind because they are still a very raw talent, right? They are not mugging up anything. They are not reading through from any other material, etc. So we thought of like exploring what are they thinking, right? AI is disrupting everything at this point, and whenever we are talking, we are right communicating something. We are always trying to read something and communicate. But they are the guys knowingly or unknowingly they have been using AI for their different purpose. So why not to read out their mind? Why not to listen to them and give them an opportunity? So as a seniors, as a mentors, as elders, it is our responsibility to give them the psychological safe environment where they can open up, right? They can share their point of view without being judged, without being thought in a different manner, etc., etc., where they can just pour their heart out and can tell that okay, how are they feeling about AI? So that is going to be the right discussion that we are going to learn from them. We are going to hear from them. What are they thinking about AI? So today we have kept some different areas of discussion, right? Different focus area. So we would try to understand, and we have got right each of these bright speakers. Either they are from class 11 or 12, maybe first year, right, reading, studying engineering or humanities. So we would like to cover all of them because they have been extremely, doing extremely well, and they are having a lot of potentials, and they have their own opinion about how they are going to use or they are already using AI in their respective area, and we should value their thoughts as well. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to touch upon various area like AI in learning, how AI is impacting us, right, in the social media, creating content, etc. How AI is kind of disrupting our identity. Sometimes we are forgetting our identity and we are trying to appear in a different mode where the things are becoming very viral. We would like to explore that how are they thinking about AI as an emotional companion? How are they considering AI as a creative companion for them? How they are considering AI as a mentor? How are they considering AI as a guide during the exams? And of course, last but not the least, they are getting into their own career. So how they can consider or how they can use AI for their own purpose, right, in the career. So I would like to, with this brief context, I would like to first request Asavari Sahai, right? She's a class 11 student, science in modern high school for girls. So your topic would be Asavari, like AI and identity. So of late, what we are seeing, right, and whenever we are opening a Facebook, we are seeing some of the celebrities or maybe some of our relatives, right? Sometimes we are not finding them, we are not able to identify them because they are appearing so good, right? Or in a different avatars, right? Sometimes like they are having the right lotus, right, in their hair. Sometimes they are rowing the boat, right, in a sea or in a pond, and there are many other ways, right, we are seeing them, right, and everybody is trying to look so good or in their preferred avatar mode. So viral AI trends, let us see, like viral, it's a viral, it has becoming a viral that we are seeing everybody in the new avatar where really they want to see themselves. So it could be a red sari look, could be a banana mode selfie, right? So these are all funny looks they are coming up with. But the question is like, what happens when the virtual you feel is cooler than the real you? So on from that context perspective, I would like to hear from you, Asavari. Do AI image trends boost our confidence or make us insecure about who we really are? What is your thoughts around that? Over to you, Asavari.
So this is a very poignant field because now we are seeing everyone, like you very rightly said, posting pictures on social media and their new avatars with, in different clothes or doing different things. So, but I believe that AI trends don't boost our confidence, very honestly. And that is because, see, at first glance, they seem very harmless. They look like fun tools, you can experiment with them. But if we actually see what they're doing, they're essentially creating unrealistic standards. So everyone looks beautiful, everyone looks perfect, there's no flaw. And the versions of these people that are online, they're simply not real, right? So when we're comparing who we are in the mirror to these people in these pictures generated by AI, we obviously will feel underconfident because
Right.
every human has their flaws, right? And unlike an AI generated picture, and the picture of an actual human being will have its little nitty-gritties and its little flaws.
Absolutely.
And because of these pictures also, people have, especially teenagers, people our age, the comparison culture has increased a lot. Because if everyone looks flawless, even if it's an AI generated picture, the pressure to look flawless yourself increases.
Right.
So this is obviously not empowering the youth, it's just increasing their insecurity. Again, making them less confident. And even like these tools, these new pictures, they're not authentic, right? So your confidence that is coming from your AI generated picture is not real. If I post a picture where I look flawless and in the mirror I think of myself as someone who's not beautiful, that means my confidence isn't real. It's just based on filters.
Correct.
And it's just hiding behind like a digital curtain, behind a digital mask, basically. And even if you do these trends, even if we take it lightly, there are always darker sides. These AI tools, if they can fix our little flaws, that means they can be misused, of course. They can be used for morphing, for deep fakes, and they can be used to basically blackmail people
Right.
by changing their images. And yes, it was originally meant to be, something that's creative, something that's supposed to, help people express themselves. Now you can use it to exploit people, and that really isn't what its purpose was. Like, there's another example of how the AI tools are breaching our own privacy. In the past week or so, there was a news article that came out that because of this new emergence of this nano banana trend, where people are generating AI images of themselves in
Absolutely.
ethnic clothes, like you said, there was this one lady who generated a picture, and in the picture that the AI generated picture, you could see a mole on her left arm, which she has, but in the picture that she uploaded, it wasn't visible. So that means that the AI, the source, has some sort of previous data of hers, and that just basically causes more mistrust towards the AI, right? So these AI tools are very fun, they seem very fun, and they entertain us, but in the long run, they will just invite misuse and they will make us more underconfident and more insecure. So that's why I feel like AI trends really don't boost our confidence as much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Asawadi. Right. It was greatly explained. Yes, I fully agree with you that it is a kind of expression, or it is a kind of picture that it is portraying, but which is not depicting the real one. And sometimes we might get frustrated if we look much better, but whenever we are representing ourselves, right? People may say, okay, this was the picture, not I have seen that in your profile, right? Are you something like this, right? So, but what I have seen in your profile, it was so different like than what you are actually looking like, and that may not create your, in fact, that can impact your right confidence. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now we would like to move to our next speaker, Rajonna Ghosh, who is studying computer science first year in the Institute of Engineering and Management. So, Rajonna, your topic would be AI as a mentor. So, let me just explain what mentor means. Now, Training, teaching, and mentoring are two different things. Teaching means, right, we are teaching you on a subject, and after that, the relationship ends. But mentoring is a long-term relationship. It's not a kind of transactional, rather, it is more motivational. It can help you to shape up your career, and maybe it can guide you, influence you in various ways. So, human mentor inspires with the life stories, their vulnerabilities, their challenges, that what they have faced in their real time situation. And from there, you may get a lot of influence, either positive or negative. Of course, we talk about like positive influences. But when you talk about an AI tutor, right, or an AI mentor, so an AI mentor explains everything clearly, but which one makes you dream bigger? A person with right lot of real time story, lot of vulnerabilities, etc., or a AI tutor or a mentor who is always telling you the right thing, that this is the right way to proceed, or maybe in your own way. So what is your judgment here? So let me put, if I try to summarize my thoughts or context in a question. So can an AI mentor ever inspire us the way a human one does? What is your thought process around that?
Yes, good evening, everybody. What I personally feel, talking about the point that, in my opinion, people, those who experienced their own setbacks in life, those who have faced a very big fear of judgment in life, and also they achieved their hard earned success, they tend to inspire us more, which I feel, in my opinion. Their imperfect journeys often motivate us more effectively than any particularly perfectly curated advice that AI often gives us. But coming to the topic of AI, we always know that AI is a summarized short term for the big word artificial intelligence. Now, it is our trustworthy assistant friend. It is basically our virtual Doraemon at standing at this point. Whatever we ask, never returns us anything in vain. It offers us with quick, practical solutions and responds to almost every query of ours without complaints. That a mentor could. A mentor is not always available to us. One might think that if I have a doubt, I can just quickly open an AI source. I can just quickly go, let's say, I can quickly go to ChatGPT and just put a random prompt and get my own answers perfectly curated for my question. The more I give prompts, the more perfect answers I have. But the distinction between information and inspiration will become completely clear when we struggle very hard in the moments of silence and darkness. But I also feel that there is a very big saying that mistakes often make a man perfect. Real life stories, stories of empathy, stories of regret, inspiration, hard work. These inspire us more than perfectly curated AI stories or AI inspirations. And also, apart from AI and mentoring, I feel personal encouragement from a family member that gives us
Absolutely.
that very needed support.
Absolutely.
Like, for my example, in my case, whenever I lost faith in myself, my mother always backed me up. And that has been a very, very big support for me whenever I broke down. And what that gave me was that very needed confidence, and all that support had a very beautiful meaning in it. AI doesn't have emotions in it, but a very close family member has emotions in their own suggestions. They think for you, they know you very well, how you think, how you can go about the process. But that said, AI definitely has its own strengths of its own, and it provides us consistent support. It has structured guidance and a very good needed quality preparation that human mentors simply cannot always perform, because we definitely are not robots. Even if we think of ourselves as robots, we work 24/7, our body works 24/7, but it is simply not possible that we can always provide our loved ones advice even if we want to, because we might not be always in that same state to give advice in. But AI can inform us, it can coach us, it can help us build good habits. But again, that very sudden transformative insight that sparks us at 3 a.m. after a very good, informative, inspiring session from a loved one just sitting beside us, caressing our back, That I feel inspires us more, and human connection inspires us more than an AI mentor. So, in total, I would like to say that AI is a very powerful, reliable aid, and I truly believe it cannot fully replace the inspirational role of a human mentor. It definitely complements, rather, the human mentoring role, but it definitely cannot replace the mentoring role. And I feel that it is definitely not a substitute for that. AI is definitely not a substitute for emotional and definitely experiential resonance. It definitely cannot replace that any soon and will never replace it. It is just a complement. It can just put and give the answers for all the prompts we have. But when we go to a loved one, we really don't need to give prompts. They look at our face and they can really understand what we are just going through. So, yeah, that is what I feel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a very, very moved one. And as you rightly pointed out that yes, so whenever we are talking to a near and dear one, like they don't need a really prompt to understand what pain or what struggle we are going through. They can easily read our face, right, through their empathy, right, as you rightly said, and they can come up with their suggestions, right, and they we always they are pat our back and we can always find their shoulders like to lean our head and right trust them. Fantastic. Now that gives me one thought again that there is a famous saying always that we need not to do any more hard work. We can always do a smart work, right, with AI, as you rightly pointed out that we are getting always the transactional responses from AI. Whenever you need an answer, you will always get it. So, what is the point of doing this struggle? What is the point of reading so much of textbook, etc.? Is it really adding any value, or we can just blindly trust the AI in front? I mean, before our exam or before anything that we are trying to do, and AI will actually replace all our study books, right? And we can blindly trust on these Chat GPT, Gemini, etc., Grok, and we know that like that is there. So why need to study? So is it that relevant? Is it that helpful? So I would, with these thoughts, I would like to welcome the next speaker of today's evening, Shoilei Pal, who is a student of class 11, Science DPS Ruby Park. So Shoile, like imagine walking into a class where your AI tutor knows exactly where you need to struggle, where you are struggling, and gives you the personal note, but you never open your textbook again. Do you think if is that utopian? Is it really a kind of utopian world that you are aspiring to be in, or is it something right? Do you think no, our hard work still matters a lot? So if I try to frame all these pointers in the form of a question, so should AI make learning so easy that we never struggle, or is struggle essential to real education? What is your thoughts around that?
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this forum on such an interesting topic that is so relevant in our generation. Let me begin with something simple. Let's think about how people did their assignments and projects years ago before before there was anything called Google, laptops or computers. Back then students had to go to libraries, read through different magazines, encyclopedias, books, page by page to find the information that they needed to research on a project or assignment. It definitely took a lot of time, a lot of effort, and maybe they wouldn't even find the exact answer they needed at times. But still, that struggle had a positive impact. All that effort helped them to understand the topic deeply. Say, if I read quite a few articles on a specific topic, I will obviously understand that topic, right? They remembered things better because they worked hard to find them. Fast forwarding to our generation, we might not have had AI in our childhood. We depended on Google completely for everything. Our way of doing projects and assignments and all this was searching through websites, reading through long, boring articles, and then finding out the exact information that we needed. And obviously, paraphrasing it in our own words because of the strict no plagiarism instructions given by our teachers. That was our way of struggle, reading through those articles, finding out the information, accumulating all the information in one place, and then writing it in our own words. But in today's world, AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and all, things have changed completely. Now we just type one line as a prompt. Say we are given a project on global warming, we'll just type, create a project on global warming, and within seconds, the entire project is ready. Introduction, body, conclusion, everything, just the way we want it. No need to search, no need to read, no need to think, no need to waste time. We can simply copy and paste it. Let's take another case. Suppose we cannot solve a sum. We can just ask ChatGPT for the answer and it will give it to us. And then we simply copy it in our exercise book. But the problem here is when we don't struggle at all, when everything is handed to us on a silver platter, we stop learning, we stop understanding. We don't really understand the topic. We just submit the work, we just get it done with. Say we have a viva voce on that project later, or we have an exam where we have to solve multiple sums of the same kind that we searched for, we may not be able to answer that because we didn't really understand the topic. We didn't do the hard part of it, we just copied and pasted it. Coming to the point, struggle is definitely not a bad thing. It is what makes learning real. When we make mistakes, when we get stuck, that is when we have to figure things out on our own, and that is when we learn the most. That is when we understand what we have to do, and that's how knowledge gets actually ingrained to our brains. I'm definitely not saying that AI is bad. It is a great tool, really helpful. It can help us when we are stuck, it can help us to do whatever we want to. It can explain things in much simpler ways, but it should be a helper. It should be there to assist us. It should not replace our efforts. Right? Just like calculators, they do not replace learning maths. We have calculators to perform heavy operations for us, heavy mathematical operations, so that we don't have to waste time doing that. After all, it is us who do the maths. We just use the numbers that the calculator gives us, and then we are the ones who put them into the formula and solve the sum. Similarly, AI should not replace our thinking and understanding. Struggle is extremely essential. It builds resilience, it helps us to grow and learn. To conclude, AI should assist us in learning, but not do everything for us. That is my opinion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so insightful. And I do believe that, yes, though we are thinking that, okay, the smart work can replace the hard work, but that's not actually the case. Like, I like the point that failure is the right, and we all know that failure is the pillar of success. So once we fail something, we'll try to convert these mistakes into our learning moments, and that's the magic, right? That's when the magic starts happening. So now my next area is on AI and social media, and our next speaker is Shreyan Ghosh-Dosidar, like who is the class 11 student from DPS Ruby Park. So Shreyan, what is happening these days? What we are seeing that all of our decisions, right? What we need to see, right? What we like, what food we like, right? What reels we like, right? Everything is kind of influenced. Somehow, some unknown ghost is reading our mind and telling us what to see, right? What to read or what to do, right? So we are not somewhat, right, having a control on our emotions, our choices anymore. So your social media feed is not random anymore. AI knows what makes you laugh. AI knows what makes you cry or scroll for hours, and they will keep sending you. Once you click a like on any of the particular content, it will keep on telling you, keep on sending you the similar type of reel. I don't know. I'm not getting into that point that whether it will be for wasting your time, because you are. I mean, we all are intelligent enough to know that, okay, what to scroll and what not to scroll, whether to waste time or not. But the point here is they are controlling our emotions, they are controlling our choice, they are controlling and they are influencing all our decisions. But question is it helping us or is it trapping us? So my point here is, Shreyan, for you, that is AI really giving us a true freedom online or quietly controlling what we see and believe? Would you like to share your view around that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very valid question. It's a very valid topic in today's date and our generation where AI is a very important part of our lives, right? So it is basically controlling whatever we see, wherever we go. And the internet is huge, the internet is vast. But in my opinion, AI, artificial intelligence, is keeping us in a sort of a bubble, right? We are not allowed to explore whatever we like. So, what I mean by a bubble is, like you said, when we are browsing through a certain type of, say, reels on Instagram or any certain platform on Twitter, we're browsing through a certain type of reels, and the algorithm which the AI works on is generating similar types of reels or similar types of recommendations for us. So, these data science algorithms, which are fed in the AI by the training data, by the developer, which like it seems like it's reading our minds and giving us the prompts in front of us, which is keeping us engaged. Now let's understand what's the point of this. The point is nothing but generating revenue for them, right? It controls our minds, whatever we see, whatever we hear on the internet, according to what we want to see. Now, what the problem associated with this is that this sort of creates an echo chamber. Now, what an echo chamber is basically it's a chamber in one's mind, in one's subconscious mind, which echoes one's own ideas louder and clearer back to themselves. What I mean by this is, suppose we have a particular idea on a certain topic, right? It's our point of view. Now, if we give the prompt on AI about our topic, what certain algorithms do is make our belief stronger on the same opinion rather than opening our minds, allowing us to browse through other opinions, other point of views on the same topic, opening and
Absolutely.
clearing our minds.
Right.
What this does is make our belief stronger, making us think that we are the correct ones here and our opposition is nothing but wrong on the topic. And work and AI is very advanced in today's date, right? So it knows how our brain works. The developers know what data to feed in the AI to make it a better one. And with millions of sources available online, there are millions of sources. Now, what I have noticed in my life with this AI and bias and keeping us in a bubble are certain examples I would like to cite. Now, one of those examples is the AI grading systems, which is prevalent in today's date in various educational institutions. Even in my institution, the grading system is highly AI oriented. What it does is follow a certain pattern which is fed in by the developer, and it generates prejudiced ideas. What I mean by prejudiced ideas is that the AI works on its algorithms, which is fed by the developer, and it follows patterns. So what if a certain student has a different pattern of writing or slightly different language, the AI thinks it's wrong and it downgrades the student. And maybe it might have been that the student was working hard on his presentation, his assignment, and after the grading, he finds that it is not rated well. A certain group of students has been favored above them. So this actually lowers the confidence of that student where he has been working hard. The others might have given an AI prompt to generate their assignment and they have been favored. Another example I would like to cite is plagiarism checkers. Now, these AI plagiarism checkers, what they do is they work on the assignments, the essays of students to check whether it is copied from somewhere or not. Now, the problem which is associated with this is that after checking whether it is copied from somewhere or not, the AI can sometimes give a wrong output, which is prevalent in today's date. Errors are very natural because after all, the AI is made by a human, right? Human error is prevalent everywhere in every platform. So when the AI says that the assignment is copied, it accuses the student of cheating where he actually hasn't. This creates a wrong idea, a wrong platform for us students where we are working hard and the AI goes on certain recommendations, as you said, the certain data science algorithms which work on people's mind to see what we are browsing, to give us certain similar outputs, to keep us engaged, to generate revenue for them. This has many, many backsides, many, many downsides, which often it gets hidden behind a digital curtain. right? So, according to me, AI is, of course, an inseparable part of our lives. It is in every application, in every software in today's date. It is controlling what we see, what we hear, what we think. I do not believe it is giving us true freedom online. I think it's keeping us in a sort of a bubble. But again, there are many positive sides, right? But yeah, according to me, I think there are many downsides of AI and recommendations, because we actually need to escape from these echo chambers which are created in the back of our minds and we don't even realize that we have them. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shayan. It was really fantastic, and I mean it is opening up a lot of new avenues. Right, got to hear like a lot of new aspects of it. Like as you said, that it is creating an echo chamber in our mind. So and also you brought a very good point of grading system, right? So in line with that thoughts, there are the way we study, the way the students study, have been changing over the right last few decades also. The way we studied, the way you guys are studying, and the way the next generation will be studying are going to be different. Why? Because the question patterns are going to be different. When we studied, we used to mug up a lot of things, right? And our questions, you won't believe, like we used to get a question of with 16 marks, 1 6, and I'm not joking. Now, things from there, like we have seen that transformation from that 16 number questions into four type of questions, and now it is coming as a kind of 16 into one type of question. So the study pattern is changing, the gradation system is changing. It's more about application. My question is, are we, whenever we are trying into that application oriented study, right? Is the requirement of still studying the subject, right? The content, the main content, and then you go for the application, creativity, problem solving technique, all those things will follow that, or we should only focusing on the creativity, problem solving, and the critical thinking ability, or we need a kind of mix of it. I'm really curious to hear from our next speaker, Audrija Pal, who is a student of class 12 science, DPS Ruby Park. So Audrija, my question to you: should exams test memory when AI knows everything, or should they test creativity and just the problem solving? What is your opinion around that?
First of all, thank you for presenting me this question. As students, I have at least thought a lot about it, because I remember writing answers a little differently, maybe, than exactly given in textbooks. And we have a lot of us students have had our marks deducted because of it. Now, one thing we must remember is that memory, as you said, is a human trait. And now, since our study pattern has also changed, we as students are more application based, and what we must focus more these days is mostly on understanding the concept a little more. And why do I say this? I say this because memory based questions had a reason, because in the past we had no easy access to data, right? Now we can just Google our answers, or Google any questions, or rather use AI to summarize a answer. We can use those things, but before we couldn't do that. So these things are allowing us a better access in today's world than just memorizing the text. So why do I speak of going more application based? I say this because now companies, I would say that companies are choosing employees who have a more problem solving pattern, a more thinking skills pattern of viewing the real world. A critical thinking based mind is what they are preferring. I would say that I read in Times of India a few months back that about 1 in 10 engineers out of 15 lakh engineers that India is producing every year are landing a job. And when asked the students why they think that is the case, they are saying that I have earned my degree, but what I do not have is that practical experience. Now, I'm not saying that only practical experience and conceptual learning is all we need. We need to study our theory, because if we do not know what the background of these applications are, how are we going to invent something new? How are we going to reproach us a new, like, how are we going to reproach a topic in a new fashion, right?
Absolutely.
That is very important, according to me. Now, I would like to cite an example from my life. That is, when I was from 6th to 8th grade, I was in Innovation Hub in BITM. And once we were actually asked to make a bridge. Now, we were just 6th and 7th graders. We barely knew anything about mass distribution, center of gravity, no idea of architectural concepts. But we just had our minds. We just knew what we saw in the roads. We knew what there was in the movies, and we tried to make a prototype of different things. We had discussions on it. We had different comments from teachers, from other students. Everyone was like, nobody was judging our concepts, nobody was assessing it, they were just seeing how we are thinking. I think these workshops are very important because they're enriching students' minds to think more creatively. Now, what a completely memory based question does is they're limiting the students. They are limiting their students to just the syllabus. They cannot think out of the box.
Absolutely.
They are not even trying to apply their concepts in a different manner. That is where I think the problem lies. Now, as you just said, that the questions are definitely having a difference in them, a difference in pattern. We have something called HOTS, which is higher order thinking skills, or CBQ, which is case-based questions or assertion-type questions, or even application-based questions. Now, these questions are very important for us, definitely. And I think this is the improvement education is having slowly, and there's still a long way to go. So I would say that memory-based testing is not important, but what is important is we must understand, we must read everything thoroughly, because if we do not have thorough understanding, we do not have a thorough knowledge on how the concept needs to be applied. That is my take on your question. So a lot of thank you for asking me this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My blessings. Now coming back to Shagnik Bose, right, who is a civil engineering student, first year, Manipal Institute of Technology. So, Shagnik, what we are seeing of late, that anyone can do anything, right? When I say anyone can do anything, means anyone all of a sudden become a painter, right, or a singer, right, or an actor. Now, these days there is no flaw. In fact, I was hearing, right, in one of the article recently, which was published, that like whenever we go to Indian Idol or Z Saregama or whatever, and they are saying the way they used to conduct these like real time, I mean, reality shows earlier and these days. So earlier, what people used to do is people used to really, right, take those scratch versions, right, which they are singing at that point in time. But surprisingly, these are the days where people don't like the flaw. People don't like the mistakes. So what are they doing these days? Like they are, right, even if whenever they are finding that there is something wrong, right, in their singing, etc., they are technically correcting those things. Sometimes the scratch version is sung by someone, but we are just replacing the content, right, or the singing, the voice with someone else. And maybe the drawings, the pictures, the paintings are coming up, right, automatically generating, and people are generating revenue, people are creating, people are getting money out of that. So my question is on that line for you. So if I try to put that in a context that AI can now paint, can write the poem, can compose the music, and these days, if you see, like people are generating the different type of the creative content as well, right? In the, I mean, with AI, and it's really difficult to figure out that what is the original one and what is the real one. So basically, it is stealing the cool job of imagination. But does that mean the human are less creative these days whenever they're getting used to with this AI thing? So if AI can create art and story, is it replacing the human creativity or inspiring it to go further? So would you like
Uh,
to help us with your thoughts?
in my view, AI is not taking the full place of creativity. It's just inspiring us to deep dive into new perspectives. Like, for example, I'll take my first view of songs. Like in songs nowadays, auto tunes happen a lot of like AI companions, a lot of AI apps are there in websites you can get. But coming in during old times, I'll take one example, one song, Khai Ke Pan Banaras Wala, a song sung by Kishore Kumar. He ate a few pans before singing the song, and he used to spit on a plastic sheet which was placed on a ground. He used to spit while singing, so that gave an authentic vibe of the song because the lyrics was fitting with the vibe. So in that view, in my view of that, AI cannot replace that. The the authentic vibe of that song, the feel of that song, it cannot be replaced by AI. Similarly, in the live versions of a few songs, I have heard many AI generated versions of singers in YouTube, but the live versions of singers, the raspy tones and all, you cannot really replace that. Now, coming back to the art, the narratives, all of that AI can generate in moments. I mean, literally moments, but cannot, you cannot exactly replace creativity if AI can generate all those in like however fast it can. The brushstrokes done by the artists, the narratives, we do not really see the uniqueness. I mean, my bad. We see the uniqueness of the artists which they provide during writing a poem, be it be it artwork or anything. For example, Rabindranath Tagore, the poems he wrote, the the novels he wrote, we do not we always see the uniqueness in that, and the life lessons learned by the creator. We all see that. That's something AI cannot really reproduce. In my view, AI is something which can push a person to deep dive into creativity. It can like influence us, but it cannot take the place of the originator himself. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you, Shagni. Thank you, Shagni. And it was really hilarious when you just told, yes, it's a very, very famous story of Kaike Panabana Aswala. Like he was not getting that initial vibe of getting into that because the picture was, I mean, the picturization was kind of like that. And he was saying, no, it is not getting perfect. It is not getting perfect. So he ate he chew up kind of a few pans and then he spit and then he started, getting that vibe, getting that mood, right? What we say, quote unquote, mood. And then he was get going. Thank you so much for bringing that anecdote here, right? It was very relevant. Now coming to our next speaker, Ankita Basu, like she's a humanities class 11 student from Pratt Memorial Girls High School. Now we are seeing that we keep going, right? As parents, we keep going to different type of counselor, career counselor, maybe online counselor, offline counselor, and tell that what is our SWOT. SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And then a lot of times they are listening to us, sharing their point of view, and then they are sometimes helping us, guiding us to which career our words should take, right? So they should be going into this area, that area, etc., etc. Now, my question is, right, AI, if we can take the help of AI, that AI might say, based on your marks and hobbies, you should be a data scientist. But can really a career be predicted? Can really AI understand? Now, I've been attending various conferences, and in one of the conference, like there is a startup organization which is coming up called Assessly, and they are believing truly on the large behavioral model. We have heard about large language model, etc., but they are thinking that they can personalize, they can customize their behavioral model based on the data that we are feeding to them. Because in general, AI is giving us the generic answers, right? They are not giving us the specific answers unless we give them our own relevant personal information to them. Now, here, the question here is, can really AI understand what are my limitations, what are my strengths, what are my weakness, and accordingly, it can guide me, or if I can give them the data for the last 4 or 5 exams, can really AI help us in guiding our career, etc. So if I try to put this perspective in the form of a question, should students accept AI career suggestions or follow their own curiosity and the passion and to move ahead? What is your opinion, Ankita, about that?
Thank you for giving me this question. It is an interesting question that has really piqued my interest. So, I feel that in this current scenario, AI is really taking an important position in all our lives and it's impacting all our lives in various spheres. So, in our students' lives, AI often helps us by giving us information regarding any sort of topic that we may be interested in or just curious about. AI can also help students in their academics and in their futures and in deciding their futures. Now, I see that many students, they are not very aware or they lack awareness about the various career opportunities that may be available to them, and they do not know how to properly navigate the ways to like achieve that goal that they have. And many students also do not know what they want. They do have not decided their interests, their desires, or they have no idea what can be their passions. So these problems can tense the student, can make the students anxious, and can cause stress for their futures, and it can cause uncertainty in their futures. So I feel that if a student, for example, they know their passion, but they do not know how to proceed and how to achieve that goal that they have, I feel AI can give them some data-driven information about what they can do or what opportunities are available in that subject or in that field that they are interested in. Students can definitely gather a lot of information regarding that specific career. For example, I am now quite interested in psychology, and I can obviously reach to AI to gather some information about what career opportunities are available in psychology and how can I get there. So AI can definitely help students in that situation. Another situation is when students are not sure about their passions or their interests and what they really want to do in their lives. AI can generate some personality based questions definitely to help the student to assess their character and can advise and guide the student. However, I wouldn't say that this completely replaces career counselors and their role in a student's life. So I feel that career counselors provide that human perspective, while AI can just give an overview of the student's character and what they can do. I feel career counselors can give a more human perspective, a more deeper insight into the student's character, online or offline. But it
Absolutely.
definitely provides that human perspective, and it can help the student to figure out their passion, their abilities, and their aptitudes for and their aptitudes and skills for any type of uh, career that they can pursue. So to conclude my opinion, I think that AI can definitely help students in certain aspects to decide what they want to do in their future, but AI cannot really like AI cannot fully guide students or cannot dictate a student in what career they can pursue, and it is has to be up to the student of what they want to do in their life and what truly fulfills them, what truly satisfies them. So that is my opinions on this.
Thank you so much, Gita. It was really really fantastic, and a lot of in fact a little thought provoking as well. So now I would like to go to our final speaker for the day, Ritoja Ganguly, who is a class 12 science student from Modern High School for Girls. Welcome, Ritoja. And I have a very interesting question for you, and I'm sure like you are mature enough to right answer this question. Now, these days, what is happening? We really don't have people's time, right? Who can listen to us, who can spend time with us. We are making friendship with someone, but they all are very, very busy, whether our parents, right, whether our best friends, and there is always a fear of like they are not listening to us, they are not. I'm not getting a person, right, who can listen to me, who can try to understand me and really share, right, and really help us, right, in my troubled times. Correct. Now, so some students now talk more about AI components than right to frame, because the AI components will not judge me. Now there are, you know that in the friends, like there are certain groups also, like who can be your very close friends, right? Not so close friend, and there are some groups, and that typically these childish things can happen, right? In everyone's student life, you may not be coming into their very close groups, and you feel like you are out of that particular group. But AI does not do that discrimination. AI will always listen to you. AI companion will always listen to you, will understand you, will listen to you, and there is no tiredness, right, from the AI perspective, that in terms of listening to you. So, because AI always listens, never judges, but can a machine truly get us, right? Can they really understand us? Can they really add that emotional content, right? Which I'm desperately looking for, that emotional, I would say empathy, right? That's what I'm looking for. Can the machine give that to us? So the point again, if I try to summarize that in the form of question, so should we lean on AI for emotional support, or will that weaken our human friendship? Will that be coming as an intruder to our human relationship with the friend? Can that replace a kind of human relationship, or it can really give us that emotional support? So we would like to hear from you. Vidya.
Thank you so much for asking me this question. So, I think to choose between either an AI companion or a real friend, we would have to list out the pros that both of them have. So, as you have mentioned already, AI does not get tired, they don't get bored, they don't cancel on us, they don't sleep. They are constantly available 24/7. Rather, they are available 24 our entire lifetime. We could be awake. It could be 5 a.m. in the middle. We can feel a panic attack coming. There are no friends to talk to, but an AI companion is always there. We can always talk to them. They can make us feel less alone. They also don't judge us. We could write into an AI chat bot that we failed a test, or we could write that we've stolen something. They would give us very similar auto generated answers. Coming to real friends have emotional depth. They don't feel for us, they feel with us. They grow with us. They have shared memories with us. A lot of the times, AI, in case of AI bots, we have to put in exact prompts to get a suitable response. However, when we talk to our friends, they look at us and they can just tell what is wrong with us. They don't need complex algorithms and 30-page code blocks to understand what is wrong with us. They do so inherently. But the thing that makes them the most unique is the fact is are the times when they don't. Sometimes they don't know what is wrong with us. Sometimes they don't understand what is going on in our lives. But a human friend will sit beside you and tell you that I really don't understand what's going on with you, but I'm here for you. If you need any help, you can talk to me. And AI is incapable of doing that. Human flaw is what makes human friendships worth it. Now, if we imagine a situation, we are a student, we are students, and we've got back a grade which has been very bad. We both know, me, the AI companion, and my friend, that it's on us. We could have worked more diligently, we could have gone the extra mile, done an extra exercise, and we would have fared fine. But we didn't do it. At that point in time, we are sad, we're crying, we're pressurized, we feel closeted. If our best friend walks in, asks us for detailed explanation of what has happened, and then proceeds to tell us in the most proper and nice way, but direct way, that it's on us, that we should have done better, we will not be glad and be hugging that friend. We will actually break down in even more amplified hysterics and internally decide to never talk to them again because it's insensitive. Frankly, that is what AI does. What she said was not wrong. What advice our friend is giving us is not wrong. And we know that as well. However, at that point in time, we don't need to hear the correct thing by the books. We need to hear what comforts us. That is what makes us human. We have this thing that is popularly known as heart, and we need to use it. AI does not have it. That is what makes us unique. So if we're looking for if we want to hear the correct thing by the books that is right, then a perfect AI friend has a lot of appeal. But that's not in a moment of crisis. We need a shoulder to cry on. We need a hand to hold. which directly or indirectly AI does not have. So AI can simulate companionship for sure, and it helps for sure, but it cannot offer true connection. For that, we need a living, breathing human being made out of blood and flesh. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Literally getting emotional, and it is so much of like, I mean, there are so much of fresh thoughts coming from you. Trust me, like I took my 48 years, right, to face this kind of camera, but you guys are awesome. Just 16, 17 years, so much of diverse thoughts, right, and not having any inhibition, fearing this crowd and other people. So thank you so much for that. You have got so much of potential. God bless you. But the point here is, like, at the end of the day, I see that we still have a silver lining, right? I mean, after hearing you out, we are still not thinking that no, we are going to be outdated. We still have a silver lining. We still have hopes that our human brains will not be kind of intimidated by this machine, right? By this machine learning. Machine is still machine. If you all can come on camera, I would like to really express my gratitude for speaking to us and sharing your point of views. Right. So, and this forum is, right, as I was telling initially, that it is a very, very psychological, safe environment. We are not going to judge anyone. There is no right or wrong answer. It's all about sharing your views to all of us and see that, okay, as a budding talent, right, because you are going to be a professional very soon. Now, we are almost coming to the end, right, of our career, and we are now learning AI, but AI is going to be with you throughout your career. That we can always say, but still, right, you all are saying that we still have an option, still have a I would say bright prospect about human intelligence, right, going over the machine intelligence, right. That's really a kind of great takeaway for all of us. So before I close, if anyone has any quick thought, I do not want to right, bother them with too many questions, right. But if anyone would like to share any thoughts from yourselves, participants, please go ahead. Sorry, audience, please go ahead. Thank you so much. Anyone would like to add anything? Anyone from audience would like to share any point of view on this session?
Hi, Shubhaprato, Meenakshi this side.
Please.
Yes, so it's actually not a thought, rather, it's a general, wonderment that I was looking to know from every. I mean, it is great to learn that these youngsters who are our futures, they have more faith in human intelligence than artificial intelligence. I'm really, really hopeful and really glad to know that. But one question that I was, thinking about, that when you are, this is a question to the students, when you are looking for something and you are getting an answer from AI, then how much you are going to trust AI, and whatever results you are getting, and how deep, how much do you dive deep into the answer to reflect it in your whatever you are doing, that, or you are doing an investigation in the answer and then you are replicating it.
Right. So maybe if I can just put it in the little bit rephrasing, and anyone can think, like anyone can raise your hand and can tell me that who wants to answer that. So what Meenakshi was trying to say, that whenever you are right looking for a, like, giving a prompt and trying to get an answer, so how much you are trusting that original answer coming from AI, or would you like to challenge that answer, and would you like to do a re-verification, right, and to see that, okay, whether it is the right answer, or I should blindly accept that, or we should go back to our textbooks and validate, and then we can pick it up, right? Okay, this is the right answer. I'll move ahead. So anyone would like to give that answer? What is your thoughts around that? Adrija, please go ahead.
Yes, so as we are in class 12 right now, and we have to do a lot of projects, right? Now, I would like to cite an example. We were recently given a project on tannins in tea. So we do not know anything about tannins so far. What we have honestly learned in chemistry is very limited. Now, first what I did, I went onto Google. I tried to search for what it would have, what the context would have been for tannins in tea, right? Now, what it is giving me nowadays, Google is giving me a lot of articles. Now, as a student who barely knows anything, it's hard for me to understand all the article or all the points in the article. So what I did first is I went to my AI chatbot and I said, tannins in tea, what are the key points I need to add? So they're obviously giving me a prompt. They're giving me, say, for example, structure of tannins, preparation of tannins, how they're reacting to the body. Now I am cross-verifying these data that I have received from my AI from the sources that I have. And of course, number one is Google, since our textbooks do not have tannins as a part of the subject. Now that is how I'm conducting my research. What I'm doing with the help of an AI is I'm trying to jot down my points first. And I'm using those points and I'm then conducting my research so that it would be more time efficient. Now, that I wouldn't say is plagiarism, honestly, because I'm not exactly copying from AI, right? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make my work easier with the sources that are available to me. So that is how I, as an user in today's generation, use AI to guide me through my education. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else would like to take a stab on this question? Shoilay.
I feel we should not completely trust AI, because whenever we ask a question to any AI bot, after all, AI gives us answers based on some data and information that has been fed to it. Now, we don't know whatever has been fed to that AI bot is completely correct, or whoever has fed it into it knows about that topic in great detail. Rather, we should rely on our textbooks uh, or some source that we can trust more than AI. Because whoever has fed that information into AI might not know the answer completely correctly, and we do not know if that is accurate answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Any other questions from the audience or any other thoughts?
Thanks for the answers, and I'm really hopeful with the answers. And Shaili, thank you for uh, giving priority to your own details research and over AI. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, if not, thank you so much, guys. Enjoy Puja, Durga Puja, and thank you so much for again, right? We'll see like if we can come up with a similar kind of session moving forward. And it was really a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, and thanks to the audience for encouraging them to the best. And trust me, like they are going to be fantastic. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.